Without that foundation, it's not going to work properly. It's eventually going to crack and fall down. And so you can't grow on what you don't track. You can't scale on what you don't structure. And you can't stabilize what you only hope is going to happen. Hello, and welcome to the Influence and Growth Mastery Podcast, where high-performing CEOs and entrepreneurs learn to scale smarter. I'm Tanya Gossage, founder of Gossage Consulting and the Power Connectors. Right here, every week, you're going to discover the real strategies in referral marketing, authority building, and AI-powered automation to help you attract high-ticket leads and grow through smart connections, not cold outreach. Hello. Today, we're talking about stop relying on luck and build a system for consistent clients. If you're listening to this right now and you've ever had the thought, I don't know where my clients come from or where my next clients are going to come from. Some months are great. Some months are extremely scary, and I cannot predict which is which. Then right now, today's episode is going to be for you. Today, I want to talk about the business owner, you, who is tired of relying upon luck. That's just something we can't rely on from day to day. I know without a shadow of a doubt that you are good at what you do. I know that your clients love you. I love you. You are great at getting results, but your clients, they're inconsistent, right? I know I'm there sometimes. We all are. Your income also can be inconsistent. And deep, deep down, you know that this is not sustainable. So we're going to talk about that. You might have even said to yourself, I don't have a consistent way to bring in clients. I just kind of think of sometimes hope and pray. Hope sometimes it finds me. Hope a referral comes to me through this conversation, this social media post. Hope this post does well. Hope this podcast appearance brings something my way. Gosh, I hope this networking event goes my way. If that's you, I want you to stay with me today, because in this episode, I'm going to show you some things that you may not have ever even thought of. And while you're relying upon luck instead of a system, what actually is causing the inconsistency in your clients and your revenue, and what it looks like to have a real system that works for you, even when you're busy delivering. And by the end, you're going to see your business differently. You're going to see busy differently. I promise you. Even when you're busy delivering, you're going to see things differently. It's all about the system. I promise you. If you're ready, you're never going to go back hoping, praying, and guessing. Okay, let's get honest about what this looks like in real life. Inconsistent clients, it's not just this cute phrase that we go through. It's not just a cute phrase either, as I get tongue-tied. But here's how it shows up every single day. You know, you've got 1 month where you've got 2 or 3 clients that say yes. And you're like, oh my gosh, this feels amazing. I'm so excited. I've closed 3 clients. And you think, okay, we're turning the corner. This is it. I finally have figured this out. And then next month, boom, crickets again. You check your email, you check it more often. You're going to social media and you're refreshing it. You're looking through the thread of your DMs and you're thinking, have I missed anything? Is there anything here? And then you're like, you're second guessing yourself. You're second guessing your prices, your messaging, your offers, and even, gosh, could it be me? Am I not talented? I thought that I had learned some new things. I've tested those things, but they're not working. So now your confidence level is shot again. So you might then start thinking, I need to discount my services just to get somebody in. Say yes to this client who's not really a good fit for you, or you take on some work that absolutely drains you. Do you get what I'm saying? Am I talking to you? You over deliver because you're afraid that they won't refer you if you don't. 1 month, you feel great. You feel like that CEO that you truly are. The next month, you feel like a failure. What is that? Do you feel like you're sometimes on an emotional roller coaster? Well, here's the thing that you need to know: you're not lazy. You're not unqualified. You are not behind. Hear me out here. It's not those things. It has nothing to do with that. The main thing is you don't have a system. Everything revolves around a process and a system. You have the effort. You're putting in the effort. You have the experience. You have the skill set. You have the excellence that it takes to do it. You just do not have a system that turns all of those consistent clients that turns all of that into consistent clients. And that's what we're going to be fixing today. Okay. Most business owners assume if I show up more on social media, I just post more reels, if I just get on more podcasts, if I just fix my website, then clients are going to come consistently. But here's the hard truth about that. Those things could happen and they could cause those things to happen. But all of those things that we'll just call marketing on top of a broken system just creates prettier chaos. Okay. It's not that you don't have a marketing problem. You have a systems problem. I don't know how to get people sometimes to understand that. It's more about the systems. When you create your processes, your systems, then things will work out better for you. You're trying to generate demand on the front end without fixing your firm foundation on the back end. It's like building a house without that foundation. It's not going to work properly. It's eventually going to crack and fall down. And so you can't grow on what you don't track. You can't scale on what you don't structure. And you can't stabilize what you only hope is going to happen. So, this is why step one is not go out and do more. Step one is you have to do an audit. And so, I want to walk you through 4 big reasons why you're stuck when you rely upon luck instead of a system. Okay, so as I go through these, I want you to listen for yourself because you might recognize one of these or you might recognize all 4 of these. So, gap number 1, you don't have operational clarity. You don't actually know in a concrete way what is working and what is not. So you've got to figure that out. What's working and what's not working? If you're not tracking it, how can you know? So think back to your last 10 clients. Where did they come from? What activity led them to you? How long did it take them to say yes? Some took 1 conversation, some took 3 conversations, some took multiple networking sessions, some took a year. How long did it take them to say yes? How much time? How much money? How much energy did it cost you? Do you have a CRM? You might have a calendar. You might have notes everywhere, but you don't have a clear picture. That's an operational problem, not a personality problem. You might have a great personality, but you don't have operational things intact. That's why I start with an admin and operational audit. We look at how are your leads coming in? What happens to get them? How do you follow up? What's taking so long? What's sitting on your plate that should have landed there in the first place? Where are you spending your time throughout the day? What needs to be delegated? What do you need to be doing versus a team member? And so once we see what's really happening, can we fix that? Typically we can, but who needs to be doing it? So, gap number two, you're not visible enough where it matters. You might be super visible to your peers, but invisible to your buyers. And so your peers may be seeing you all the time, but the people who need to be seeing you can't find you when they search for you and what you do. So you're already at a disadvantage. So when you rely upon a random referral energy, someone remembering your name at the right moment, or somebody happening to see you post at 10 p.m. at night and them saying, "Oh, I need that." That's not a system, that's hope. And so we can fix that by running a free SEO audit. And so when we run that, what are you ranking for? What's your competitors ranking for? Where are you missing key opportunities? And how can we position you so that you are the obvious choice when somebody searches for your solution? And so visibility is not all about shouting louder, it's about showing up where your ideal client is looking. Okay. So are you in the right places when your ideal client is looking for you? And then gap number three is you don't have the right support. So in everything that your business depends on, you don't have a business, or you don't have a job with overhead. So you're the marketer, the salesperson, the admin, the operator, the telephone person, the service provider, the follow up team member, and the visionary. Oh my gosh, how many hats is that? That's not sustainable at 10 clients. And it's sure not sustainable at 50 clients and more. So, how big is it that you're wanting to grow? You cannot create consistent income when your capacity is inconsistent. And so this is where we vet virtual professionals and strategic partners. That's where they come in into my business. So we don't just say, go hire a virtual professional. We started calling our VAs virtual professionals because they're more than a VA. They help you gain revenue. They don't just go and take on dump jobs. That's not the type of virtual assistants that I work with the company that I work with. These people are professionals. They are highly skilled, highly vetted. Many are specialists, they're strategists, they have certifications. And so, again, I have asked them to rename themselves to virtual professionals outside of virtual assistants because they are very good at what they do. I have two on my team, and they basically run my business while I do revenue producing activity and things such as this. And if you continue to follow me, you are going to see some very upskilled work here in the very near future, next week or two. But we help you decide what you want to delegate, choose the right type of professional, and vet them for the skill and alignment, and set them up again, not to do just tasks, but to help you grow in your revenue and scale your business. And so when you have that right support, doing the right things consistently, then the business is finally stabilized. You are ready to move forward. And then gap number four is you don't have a real growth strategy. And so most business owners, they have goals, but not strategies. So some of those might sound like this: I want more clients. I want 10K months. I want 50K months. I want 100K months. I want to get off the feast or famine roller coaster. Some of you, that may sound like some of you right now, but these are desires. Those are not strategies. Those are desires. Those are goals. A growth strategy is going to answer things like, where are my next clients going to come from? And then we have a plan. Where are you going to be so that you can get those clients? I'm trying to get adjusted to these new computer glasses. I feel like I'm all over the place here, but they are working to help me with my migraines and headaches. So let's go back. So the growth strategy answers, where are clients coming from? And then what are the primary client pathways into your business? From what directions are these clients coming from to get into your business? This is going to make a whole lot more sense to you here in the next week or two. And then what happens from I found you to now I've paid you? And then what are the levers that reliably move that process forward? And then who is responsible for each piece of this? And then how does AI support that process? Oh, AI plays a big piece into this. And then where do the referrals come from? The networking, the SEO, and the content. How does all of that intersect together? And then my work with clients is not about stacking all of these random tactics on top of each other. It's about building a consistent client system that fits your personality, your capacity, your offers, your audience, and your long term vision. And when those four gaps, the operations, the visibility, the support, and the strategy are under addressed, you have to rely on luck. But you don't have to rely on luck anymore because they're not going to be underdressed any longer because we help you with that. You don't have a choice anymore. You have to address them. And when you do, you finally get unstuck. You're no longer overwhelmed. You're finally moving forward. And I want you to imagine this for just a moment. Instead of waking up and thinking, what do I post today? Who do I follow up with today? Where are my next clients coming from? You wake up knowing, oh my goodness, you wake up knowing your virtual professional is handling your follow ups. Your SEO is steadily bringing in new people who are ready and searching for what you do. Your referral ecosystem is sending warm introductions your way. Your systems are tracking where leads are coming from and where they're converting. And your AI tools are handling reminders, content drafts, and admin that used to steal your time. And now you have a clear, simple dashboard telling you what's working day after day after day. And guess what? That no longer is a fantasy. That's what a consistent client system does. That's a system. That's what I build with my clients. The admin and operational audit. We find leaks, the invisible places where your clients and money slip through your fingers, where you're spending time that you're no longer spending time. The free SEO visibility audit. We check how visible you actually are and why your competitors may be winning attention that honestly should be yours going forward. The business growth strategy, we are connecting those dots, the offers, the pricing, the positioning, the traffic, the referrals, the follow-up, and that client journey. And then the partner and the virtual professionals, the vetting of that. We bring the right people to support your growth, and not just any VP, but the right virtual professional and the right strategic partners directly to your company that fits your personality, your business, create you the right team. And then that referral network ecosystem, we plug you in to the right to referral driven rooms. Oh my gosh, you're going to love the momentum that we're building, and building a network around you instead of you chasing one client at a time. You're going to love the new Power Connectors headquarters. It's so beautiful. AI and the client's audit automation. We look at the tools that you have, what you actually need and no longer need, and where AI can take repetitive, time-sucking work off of your plate. That's the system. That's how you move from guessing to knowing, from hoping to predicting, from lurching to stabilizing. Now, let me give you a very common scenario that I see very often. Service-based business owners come to me and say, Tanya, I get clients, but I don't know why. Some months I'm booked, some months I'm panicking. I don't know what to double down on. I don't know where to spend my time. When we audit, here's what we actually find. They're getting referrals, but there's no structure around it. Their website exists, but it's not actually findable for what they do. They're posting content, but it's not connected to a strategy. They're doing everything themselves. No one's tracking anything. They're exhausted. They're overwhelmed. And they're wondering, what should we do? Here's what we do. We simplify it. We come in and we simplify things. We streamline their operations. We clarify who they serve and what pathway clients take to work with them. We run the SEO audit and we fix their visibility gaps. We start intentionally building their referral ecosystem. We bring in virtual professionals when it makes sense so that they can stay, or so you can stay in your CEO lane. We layer in AI so that the system keeps running even when you're too busy to do it. And then here's what almost happens. Client volume becomes more stable. Sales calls feels less desperate. They stop saying yes to misaligned clients. And sometimes I have to remind them of that. They get their evenings and weekends back. Their confidence returns. And that's the difference between luck and a system. Now, I do not want this to just be inspiring. I want it to be useful. So here's 3 questions that you can set on after this episode is over. Do I want to know with certainty where my last 10 clients come? If the answer is no, or kind of, then you don't have data. You have impressions. What if you could break first? Let me back up. What would break first if suddenly you signed 10 new clients tomorrow? That's the area that needs an operational fix now, not later. If you stop posting on social media for 30 days, would your inquiries completely dry up? Possibly, because I remember a time when I stopped networking. People stopped clicking on my links. People stopped going to my website. Almost everything dried up. What does that tell you? Things relied upon me. I was the bottleneck. Think about this. I know this because I have been in your shoes. You cannot tell me that I don't know the answers to these because I've been there. I've worked with other people that have been there. So if the answer is yes, you have a system problem, not a posting problem. Just answering those questions honestly is going to tell you a lot. And so if you've been listening and you've realized, I've been relying on luck, I don't have a real system, and I'm tired of the stress that comes with all of this, then your next steps is to let us look under the hood with you. Let me look under the hood with you. And let us start with an admin or operational audit to find those gaps that are keeping you stuck in inconsistency. Let us do a free SEO visibility audit to see how findable you really are and where you're losing opportunities online. From there, we can build a growth strategy that matches who you are, a support team that actually helps you grow, a referral network that brings warm introductions, an AI-powered system that carries the weight with you. You don't have to keep gambling on your next client. You don't have to live month to month emotionally, even if the money is technically okay. You deserve to have a business that feels stable, predictable, and scalable. And if you're ready to stop relying on luck and finally build a consistent client system, reach out and let us start with your audits. We'll find the gaps, we'll find the system, or we'll build your system. We won't find your system. We're going to build your system, and we'll get you back into the CEO role where you belong. Within the next week or two, as I mentioned already, we are taking the Power Connectors business directory from a business listing to a referral community. You're going to have a full-blown referral experience inside our Power Connectors headquarters. We're calling it HQ. So be watching for that announcement. If you've not already joined the directory, you want to do so today, even if it's the free. There will be a first come, first serve offer to a lifetime upgrade, and it's going to be gated. I say gated, it's going to be limited seating for this lifetime upgrade. So if you're already in our free executive plan, be watching for that announcement. You'll get an email. You do not want to miss our open house. We will be doing a tour for our headquarters and our referral community space. It will up-level your business growth, I can promise you. For those that upgrade, you will have the honor to showcase your own events in this space. And yes, you will get some marketing through us and more on that to come. But until next week, I want you to hit the subscribe button to get notifications on more tips, how you can grow through delegation and building your referral network. And until then, bye for now. Thanks for tuning in to the Influence and Growth Mastery podcast. If you're ready to attract high-ticket leads, scale with AI, and grow through powerful referral networks, visit my website, gossageconsulting.com. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with any CEO who is ready to simplify, scale, and succeed without the burnout. Until next time, stay influential and keep building smart connections that drive the real growth. See you soon.